You did not know that Arbonne was a multi-level marketing company? Let's find out. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Karen and I am a micro-influencer on Instagram, and I also post content here on YouTube mainly about multi-level marketing companies, pyramid schemes, scams, however you want to call them, because I just need to continue keeping you informed about these companies and their latest information, and we just need to be aware of what's going on with each and every one of them. Today we are going to start a brand new series of videos in this channel because we're going to be starting to analyze and investigate and know everything about a company called, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you have never heard of it. It's called Arbonne. So Arbonne is a multi-level marketing company that focuses on selling through what's called the pyramid, multi-level marketing pyramid structure. They sell nutrition products, makeup products, and skincare products. So if you don't know which company this is, maybe do a little Google search and you're gonna see the different products that they the independent consultants that joined this company try to sell and recruit other people to sell as well. So in order to begin this series, as always, if you are aware of how this channel works, the very first thing that we need to know about every single company we investigate is, what does the contract says? What are the different things that we need to be aware of before we join these companies? And what do we need to know if in case something happens in whatever situation, if we're inside the MLM, outside the MLM, or want to quit the MLM? Doesn't matter what you want to do when in regards to these MLMs. It's important to know what's written on the contract so you know what are your rights, the things you can do and the things you cannot do. So let's begin. So in the description of this video, this YouTube video, there I put the link to the whole entire contract of Arbonne. It's called the Policies and Procedures, and it only applies to consultants that are based in the United States. So I live in the United States, so we're going to be analyzing the United States contract. And this version, the one that's linked in this video, is from September 2014. I'm pretty sure a few things have changed since then. We're in 2021, but I'm sure that not very important things have changed, only like a few little things, because every single contract for multi-level marketing companies are the same pretty much across all of them. And we just need to know the key points that we need to keep ourselves very, very informed about, and we just need to keep them in front of our heads just in case, because you never know what can go wrong when it comes to these companies. So today we're going to be analyzing sections 1, 2, 3 of this contract. Usually section 3 of all MLM contracts are super long. That's why we always do sections 1 and 3. And then in the next video, you can expect to analyze sections 4 through 10 or 11, depending on how many sections these contracts have. I don't remember. But to begin, let's analyze section 1. Section 1 talks about general provisions. So provisions, what is this contract? What is this agreement? So basically, the contract in this section is telling you, well, you have to know that Arbonne is, the actual name is called Arbonne International LLC, and everyone who signs this contract is called a consultant. You're not an employee, you don't have a partnership with Arbonne, you are just a consultant. And because of that, you do not have the right to alter any single of the words written in this contract. And if in any case Arbonne decides to change something in here, they're going to notify you within 30 business days, and they're going to provide you with a brand new copy of the changes that they made. Also, like I said, signing this contract does not mean that Arbonne and you have an employer-employee relationship. You are just an independent consultant because Arbonne has given you the opportunity to sell their products, to use the company name and products, to share with other people, as many people as you know, the products that Arbonne has in their website. And of course, because you're doing them that favor, they're going to be giving you bonuses and commissions for you to earn based on those sales. Also, they say in this section that it's very important that you pay your local, your federal, and your state taxes, depending on which state in the United States you live in. And that's something that a lot of people don't know. Like, when you are a consultant with these multi-level marketing companies, as soon as you hit $600 of sales with that company, the company automatically is going to generate what's called a 1099 form, which is that form that they give you at the end of the year for you to go file your taxes and pay the taxes that you need to pay against that amount that you made for that entire year. Also, they'll give you the form if you bought products for more than $5,000 throughout the whole year. So if you bought products for yourself that were worth more than $5,000, they'll also give you a form for you to take to your IRS person, your CPA, or whoever you go to. Okay, so that is pretty much it for section 1. Now section 2, it's a little bit longer, but basically in section 2, Arbonne wants to really make sure that, number 1, first and foremost, anyone who decides to become a consultant and signs this agreement has to be 18 years or older. You must be 18. You cannot be any younger than that. And you cannot be convicted of a felony, and you also cannot be one of the corporate employees or directors of the company itself. So, yeah. Also, in order to become a consultant, once you sign this contract and you agree to all these terms that we're going to be analyzing in this video and in the next video, you automatically have to know that you have to buy what's called a starter kit. And Arbonne is going to generate what's called an Arbonne ID. So that ID, that number is what's going to identify you as a consultant in their system. And you also have to buy the starter kit because that's what makes you official into the business. That is the same across any, multi-level marketing companies, because you have to try the products before you even, tell other people how good or bad these products are. You have to try them yourself. That's the point, to become acquainted with the products. Either if it's nutrition, skincare, or makeup, doesn't matter. You have to buy a starter kit. Also, Arbonne does have what's called a annual renewal fee. I'm not entirely sure how much the renewal fee is. So if anybody knows how much is the renewal fee for Arbonne, drop it down in the comments below so that I can know, and other people who are interested in knowing what the renewal fee is can know. The point here is to know exactly what you are responsible for when you join these companies. You don't want to join something that you are not entirely sure what you're joining for. If for whatever reason you decide to quit the Arbonne consultant opportunity and you decided that you don't want to do it any longer, you can do that. And if you later on change your mind again and you say, well, I want to join again Arbonne, then you can do that, but you have to wait 6 months to be able to rejoin again. And basically you have to start the whole process all over again. Another important thing that Arbonne is very, very strict with, and other multi-level marketing companies are also very strict with this policy, is called the cross-line switching policy, which basically means that if you commit this type of fraud, where you, for example, you're very desperate to bring more new people into your team because you're a consultant and you're probably running out of time and you have a deadline because you want to qualify for a vacation or you want to qualify for the car, and you just need to find new people to just join your team for the sake of joining your team. So in that case, what not a lot of people do, but what some people have tried to do, and is the reason why it's written in here, is because some people have tried to make fake profiles and make it look like if it was a real person. Also, they have created like a double profile for themselves, where they can use the double profile as if it was a different person to join their team, or they use somebody that they know that is in the business to join their team as well, but that person is a consultant. So there's a lot of like different things that people in the have tried to do in order to hit a certain goal or certain hidden amount of volume within their team to just get a bonus or get commissions or get a reward. And if you are found doing that type of fraud within the company, you can be penalized so bad that your contract can be terminated and you can no longer be accepted as a consultant ever again with the company. So you really have to play your game right, with honesty and correctly, if you are doing this as a job. So yeah. Now in this section also talks about what happens if you pass away. If you have, if you're a consultant and you have hit this really high rank and if something happens to you for whatever reason, you can actually give legal capacity or authority to probably a family member or another person that you might know that want to join Arbonne to take on your business, your multi-level marketing business, and keep, working with it as if it was you. Obviously, you have passed away, but you can pass it on as if it was an inheritance. So that's pretty good, because at least whatever you worked for so hard, it can be fruitful for other people, or it can keep being benefited by the person who's going to take over and by the people that are in that team that you unfortunately left behind. Okay. So also in that case, if for whatever reason, and not in the case of death or passing away, but if for whatever reason your contract is terminated and you are banned from continuing the business with Arbonne, then what happens to the people that are in your team? What happens to who's going to lead those people? Who's going to become the consultant that's going to take and train those people on the regular? Who's going to do your job if that happens? Well, Arbonne has what's called the pop-up success line organization. In that case, if you're terminated and you can no longer continue with the business, what happens is the person that is right under you, it's going to take over your position basically. So yeah, sometimes things happen and the organization needs to keep on moving, and unfortunately that's what happens. It's gonna be horrible for you, but it's gonna be amazingly crazy good for the person that's going to take over for you, because they're going to gain all these people that they didn't have in their team, and they're just going to basically keep running the business as if you were the one running it. So unfortunately that's what happens with multi-level marketing companies. The pyramid needs to continue. Like the pyramid, if it's broken in some way, they're gonna find a way to replace you for the pyramid to keep on working smoothly and in the best way or best capacity that it can. And unfortunately, that's the way it has to happen. Somebody has to take over, and somebody has to keep on training and leading the people that you left behind, because you were either terminated or because you passed away and you have nobody to give the business to, or because, something happens to you, you're incapacitated and you can no longer continue the business. So in any case, you just have to be aware of that your hard work might be taken away and it might be given to somebody else who did not put in the effort as well as you. Now, section 3, we're going to move on to section 3. It talks about operating your Arbonne business. Usually this section, it's super duper long because it's important. Because it says operating your Arbonne business. This is where the contract is going to tell you exactly the things you need to do and the things you cannot do in order to operate your consultancy business. So let's begin with a few things that says here that you can or cannot do. For example, as soon as you become an Arbonne consultant, one of the first things you need to keep in mind after you buy your starter kit is that you have to start training your mentality to learn about the different products, how the business works, and become knowledgeable about all these things, because in the future, very soon, when you start building your own team, you're gonna have to pass along that information and that knowledge to the people that are going to be joining your team. So you need to be a very capable person. You very quickly might become a leader, and so you have to lead those other people based on how you're being led. So that's something you need to keep in your mind, something that if it's something that it's not part of your personality, you might have to start adjusting yourself to thinking that way, thinking about how to become a leader, how to lead, how to project strength and safety to other people, project leadership, project knowledge, pass down information in an effective way, and all those things. And you have to be a people person. You have to be able to have that mentality and that eagerness to help other people, and to be willing to be available for those people in your team. Another important thing is that you cannot use the Arbonne logo, the trademarks, the slogan in anything that you may want to print. So for example, if you want to make a banner, a big banner, and you want to put the Arbonne logo, you cannot do that. Unless Arbonne gives the banner to you already made, that's fine. Or if you ask for permission from Arbonne, special permission, and they allow you to create a banner with the logo, then you can do that. But you cannot just start making copies and printing stuff with the logo and the trademarks, because that's just against their law. And if you're going to make business cards that says your name, you have to make sure that on the bottom of your name or next to your name you say Arbonne Independent Consultant. Because if you don't say that, and you say that you work for Arbonne, or that you are the CEO of Arbonne or the director of Arbonne, that is not true. You are a consultant, and you have to specify that at all times. Another very important thing is income representations. You cannot go around telling people, I make XYZ amount of money with Arbonne. You should join so that you can make the same amount of money. You cannot go around saying that. And if you are going to be saying not how much you make, but about your lifestyle and the things that you have been able to achieve because you are a consultant with Arbonne, you need to include a very specific paragraph. I think it's called the income disclosure statement. Yeah. And every time you talk about earning money with Arbonne, you have to include that little message, either if you are telling it to somebody in person or if you are sharing it on social media. You have to include that message so that people know that just because they join Arbonne as a consultant doesn't automatically mean that they're going to make as much money as you're doing or as little money as you're doing, because it all depends on different factors. And we're going to be analyzing those later on. Also, you cannot be making what's called lifestyle claims. And lifestyle claims basically means things like saying, oh, my income has increased 10 times more than I was working in corporate America. Now with Arbonne, I make XYZ money, or I have been able to fulfill all my dreams with Arbonne because now I make this amount of money. Or you cannot say things like, my Arbonne business has allowed me to be a spouse full time. Those are lifestyle claims, and you can make the claims, but you have to be really, really careful how you say those claims and what you show people based on those claims. Because, again, you don't want to make people believe that it's fast and easy and effortless to make money with this multi-level marketing company, when in reality it's not. You know yourself that you're making the lifestyle claim, that it has taken you a lot of hard work, and that is taking you a lot of trial and errors for you to get where you're at. And that's why you are making these lifestyle claims with so much certainty that you forget how hard it is to come from the bottom and to build a team of your own, to be consistent, to step out of your comfort zone, to sometimes, forgetting about your shy personality and becoming this leader and this outshining personality of yours that you have. Like, all those things people have to keep in mind. So when you make lifestyle claims, make sure that you apply the right tone and that you tell people the truth and you share with them the income disclosure statement. That's if you're a consultant, because you don't want to go around making people believe that this is easy money. It's not easy money. Another important thing is that as an Arbonne consultant, if you become a consultant, there might be one day you might be approached by any media outlet, maybe like a newspaper, a magazine, a TV show, a news channel might come to you, a radio show. They might send you an email, a DMs through social media, asking you if they can, if they can have your feedback, or if they can do an interview with you, or if you can come to their show to talk about the business. If that ever happens to you, it's very likely that not. But just in case, so that you know, if it happens to you, you should tell them no, that they should contact Arbonne, the corporate offices of Arbonne, to schedule an interview or to schedule a report or a magazine, news article, or whatever with the company itself. And Arbonne is going to make sure to provide the media outlet with a proper person to talk about the topics or the questions that the media wants to know about the company. So Arbonne does not want you to be the face of the company, because you might damage their reputation and you might say things that you are not supposed to say, and you might reveal things that you weren't supposed to reveal, or you might say things in a way that maybe Arbonne would say differently. So you have to let Arbonne just do their thing with the media and step aside, because if you say something that damages the reputation of Arbonne, you might be in serious trouble, to the point that they can terminate your agreement and you can no longer be considered a consultant with the company. So you have to really, really make sure the type of information that you give out to people who approach you from media companies. Another important thing is that Arbonne does allow you to join other product selling companies or other multi-level marketing companies, as long as these companies do not have the same kind of products that Arbonne has. So for example, in the case of Arbonne, they have nutrition, makeup, and skincare products. But if you want to join an MLM company that sells, for example, shampoo, you can go and join that company, because Arbonne does not sell shampoo. It's just an example. So you have to really, learn how to play your cards. And if Arbonne, for whatever reason, finds out that you have joined a very similar company as Arbonne and you're selling very similar products, they might penalize you for it, like really harsh, because they might think that, well, obviously you're not making much progress with Arbonne because you're focusing your energy on this other company that sells kind of the same products that we have. So why are you doing that? So they might tell you to either quit one or the other, or join another type of company, because I understand that people that have joined two different multi-level marketing companies at the same time is because they want to have their hands in different pots and make money from different places. So if that's your case, fine, but really make sure that you do not get in trouble with the different companies that you have joined. Also, it's very important that whatever information you have access to when it comes to people in your downline, meaning the people in your team, you're going to have probably like names, phone numbers, email addresses, their mailing addresses, and all that stuff for those people that you have in your team. And because you have access to that information for business purposes, you have to make sure that you do not disseminate their personal information to anywhere, for example, in the internet or to other people, because that is a violation of people's privacy and you might get in trouble for that. Just because you have access to other people's information does not give you the right to share that information with other people without the person's consent. So yeah, you have to really make sure of that. Another super important thing is that you cannot take the Arbonne products and display them in retail store or commercial outlets. You cannot put them in like department stores or beauty supplies or supermarkets, drugstores, other type of like establishments that people often go so that you can just sell these products. You cannot do that. And let's say your friend has like a pharmacy, and that you ask that friend for a favor, and they give you like a little space within the pharmacy to put Arbonne products so that you can sell those products to people that come inside the pharmacy. You cannot do that because Arbonne does not have any type of affiliation with the pharmacy of your friend. Your friend and Arbonne have no connection whatsoever. So you have to really be careful where you place these Arbonne products to be sold. You don't want to be breaking any laws, and especially because of the fact that Arbonne does not give your friend, it's just an example, Arbonne does not give your friend money to have those products on display. So, these products are meant to be purchased directly from the Arbonne website. They're not meant to be put in a corner, in a commercial store, in a retail store, or any of that sort, because those are products that are they're manufactured so that they're sold in a very specific way. And if you don't follow the pyramid structure of selling, then you're breaking the whole point of these multi-level marketing companies, which is to sell to the person, that person sells to another person, and those people sell to other people and to other people and to other people, to the point that the Arbonne products are disseminated across the entire country. And of course, you cannot be calling people on their phones or sending people scam emails about the Arbonne opportunity, because you're going to be violating the Spam Act policy that the country has, where you cannot be contacting people randomly with no purpose. And also, you have to make sure that your Arbonne independent consultancy business stays within the United States. So you want to make sure that the people that you join to be part of your team are from the United States and not from other countries where Arbonne is not established and where they do not have authorization to be selling products, because you're going to get in trouble too. So there's a lot of things in these multi-level marketing companies that you can get in trouble for if you do them. So the best way to keep yourself running and to keep your business with honesty and straight in the line is by, keeping yourself away from the things that you cannot do, and do the things that you are allowed to do as best as you can. So this is pretty much it, section 3 of the contract. Next time we're going to do sections 4 through 11. We're going to talk a little more about different things that you can and cannot do if you are a independent consultant with Arbonne. I hope that this information has been super helpful to you, and if you think that there's somebody out there who might need this information too, share it with them, because you never know what lives you're trying to save with sharing with that person a little bit of information. And if you feel I didn't say something correctly or I missed any information, let me know down in the comments below, because that's the beauty of this YouTube platform, where I can share what I know and you can also share with me what you know, and we can agree, we can disagree, or we can agree to disagree to the things that we share. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. And if you have been lingering around here for a while and you still have not subscribed, not sure what you're waiting for, but subscribe, because there's going to be more amazing content in this channel about multi-level marketing companies that you want me to investigate. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Stay honest, and I will see you guys on my next video.